Hey there and welcome. My name is Kyra. Welcome to our Sagittarius season flow. When the sun is moving through Sagittarius, we are being called to grow and to expand. You are allowed to take up space. You don't have to keep yourself small or keep yourself hidden. You are allowed to grow, to reach your fullest potential, to expand. Throughout today's class, we'll be focusing on expanding through the physical body, taking up physical space with the body. But I'll also be reminding you throughout class of an affirmation to help you expand within as well. So I'll invite you now to just start off in any comfortable seated position, and then you can close down the eyes. We'll take a few slow breaths here, connecting to the breath, breathing in deeply through the nose, feeling the belly expand. And then exhaling slowly to release all the air out of the breathing chambers. Deep, full breath in, finding that expansion, expanding through the belly, through the chest. Exhaling out slowly, releasing all the air out of the breathing chambers. And here we'll come to our affirmation for today's class. I expand into my highest potential. You may repeat this affirmation throughout class, and I'll remind you of this affirmation at various times. I expand into my highest potential. I expand into my highest potential. I expand into my highest potential. We'll take one more deep, full breath in here, feeling the belly and the chest expand. Exhale, releasing out all of that air. We'll bring our hands to our heart center, thumbs resting against the heart, hands in Anjali Mudra. From here, you can start to blink or open the eyes if you have the eyes closed. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach and up, expand through the arms, reach and up towards the sky, stretch the fingertips. Exhale, draw that energy back down through to your heart center. Inhale, stretch on up, reach, expand to your highest potential. Exhale, push the hands together as you draw them back down in front of the heart center. Let's take a few more arm circles here. You go at your own pace. Inhale to expand on up. Exhale, draw that energy back down to your heart center. You can go faster or slower than what I'm offering here. Just a few more arm circles here. Stretching, reaching up towards the sky. Drawing the hands back down, resting at your heart center. Let's just take two more arm circles here. Inhale, reach on up, expand. Exhale, back down to the heart center. One last arm circle here. Inhale, we're going to meet with our hands together overhead. On your exhale breath, send your left hand down onto the mat, reach the right arm over, expand through the right side of the body. Keep the chest lifted here, maybe gazing up towards the right arm. Let's take another deep, full breath in here. On your exhale, send your right hand down onto your left knee. Move your left hand around to behind the body, landing in a seated twist. We'll take a deep, full breath in here. Create length through your spine. Expand on upwards. Exhale, let's twist around, gazing over your left shoulder or just wherever it's feeling good. Inhale, we're going to release back around through to the center and sweep the arms on up as we arrive. Palms feet together overhead. Exhale, right hand goes down, left arm is stretching up overhead. Keep the chest lifted here, maybe gazing on up towards the left arm. Let's stay here for another deep, full breath in. Expand through the chest. Exhale, your left hand goes down onto the right knee. Right hand goes around behind you as we move into our seated twist. Take a deep breath in, create length through your spine. Expand the head on up. Exhale, deepening that twist, gazing right around, maybe over the right shoulder if that's feeling good for you. Inhale, we're releasing back through to the center, arms raising, expand on up, palms meet together. Exhale, we're going to come down to a seated forward fold. Hands are going to come down in front, head draws down, walk the fingertips forward a little bit more. Inhale, raise the head to gaze forward. Exhale, maybe you can find a little bit more space there in that seated forward fold. Inhale, let's walk the hands back towards the body to come all the way on upright. We're going to change legs here, switching your legs around so that you put the opposite leg in front if you're seated in any other way. Feel free to just make it so it's even on both sides. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms on up, stretch, reach on up. Exhale, forward fold, grounding down through the sit bones as you expand the arms forward, draw the head down. Inhale to raise the head, create a little bit more length here through the spine, expand forward that little bit further. Exhale, draw the head down just that little bit more. Inhale, we'll walk the hands back upright, coming back up to our seated position. From here, we're going to work our way on to our hands and knees, landing in a tabletop position, grounding down through the hands. Fingers are spread nice and wide, knees are stacked underneath your hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. From here, on your inhale breath, draw the belly down, open up through the chest into your cow. Exhale to curl under into cat, round through the spine, tuck the chin in. Inhale to gaze forward into cow, draw the belly down, expand through the chest. Exhale, rounding under, drawing the belly up towards the spine. We'll keep flowing here through our cat-cow motions. You go at your own pace. Again, one breath per movement. You just go at your own pace. Work with your breath. You can go a bit faster or slower than what I'm offering. Expanding on your inhale, rounding under on your exhale. We'll take one more cow on your inhale, gazing forward. One more cat, rounding under on your exhale breath. Inhale, come back through to a neutral spine position. From here, we're tucking under the toes and exhale. Expand the hips up into the air behind you for downward facing dog. For our first downward dog of class today, you can start to walk the dog, pedaling the heels up and down on the spot, stretching out through the legs, expand through the legs here. As you walk the dog, you can start to shift the hips from side to side. You can shift the shoulders from side to side. You can shake the head no or nod the head yes. You can make this a full body downward facing dog. And then we'll find stillness in our downward dog, working both heels down towards the mat. Let's take a deep full breath in here. On your exhale breath, we're landing back down onto the knees. Toes come to touch behind you. Send the hips down onto the heels. Drawing the head all the way down onto the mat, landing in child's pose, Balasana. The arms are extended out in front. Walk the fingertips forward that little bit further, finding that expansion through the arms. Holding here for a few slow breaths, breathing in deeply into the back of the body. Exhale out slowly. I expand into my highest potential. Repeating that affirmation if it resonates. One more deep full breath in here. Exhale it out, and then on your next inhale breath, we're working our way back up onto our hands and knees, landing in tabletop. Tuck under the toes, exhale up to downward facing dog, send the hips up and back, work the heels down towards the mat. Take a deep full breath in here. Exhale out that breath, and then raise the head, look towards the hand, step all the way up to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need. On your inhale, halfway lift. Hands might come to the shins, gaze forward, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, forward fold, soft bend through the knees. Allow the head to come down towards the legs. On your inhale breath, we're going to expand on up to a standing position, meeting into Tadasana. Arms down by the sides, roll the shoulders down and back. Grounding down through the feet. As we land in mountain pose, arms are active. Fingers are reaching down, expanding down towards the earth. The crown of the head is expanding up towards the sky. We'll pause here for a deep full breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. On your next breath in, we're sweeping the arms up, stretch, expand up towards the sky, palms feet together overhead. Exhale, we're floating all the way down through to our forward fold, Uttanasana. Soft bend through the knees, tuck the head down. On your inhale, expand forward into halfway lift. Hands might come to the shins, straighten out through the legs, straighten through the spine. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the mat, bend the knees as much as you need. Let's step back to downward facing dog. Take as many steps as you need. Take a deep full breath in here. On your exhale breath, land down onto the knees, pull back through to child's pose. Hips come down towards the heels. The fingertips can walk forward towards the top of the mat, finding that active stretch as you expand the arms forward. Hold here for another deep, full breath in. Slow breath out. Breathe in deeply, expanding through the back of the body. Exhale out that breath. On your next inhale, we're working our way back up onto our hands and knees, landing in tabletop. Tuck it under your toes. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Expand the hips up into the air. Ground the heels down. One deep full breath in here. Exhale out that breath and then raise the head, look towards the hand, step all the way up to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need. On your inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, gazing forward, straight spine. Exhale to forward fold, tuck the head down towards the knees, soft bend through the knees. Inhale, rolling all the way on up to setting. This time we're sweeping our hands all the way on up, expanding, reaching up towards the sky. Stretch, expand into your highest potential. Exhale, folding forward all the way down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Tuck the head down towards the knees, soft bend through the knees. Inhale to your halfway lift, gazing forward, straight spine, straight legs. Expand the crown of the head forward. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down onto the mat. From here, we're going to keep our left foot up on the top of the mat. You're stepping back your right foot. We're going to ground down our right heel at around 45 degrees, warrior one feet. From here, inhale, we're sweeping our arms on up, landing in warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Keep your left knee bent. Keep the left knee stacked over the left ankle. Expand the arms on up. Expand, open the chest here. Take a deep, full breath in. Full breath out. On your next breath in, we're straightening out through our left leg. Both legs are straight or straightish. Reach the arms on up. On your exhale breath, we're folding forward over the left leg. Here you might like to bring the hands onto blocks, framing the front foot as we move down into Parsvottanasana. Inhale, raise the head forward. Expand through the crown of the head. And then exhale, maybe you can find a little bit more space here to draw the head down towards the left knee. Hold here for another deep full breath in. Exhale it out. Ground your right hand down onto the block. Maybe it's on the mat. We're going to inhale, open up the left arm. We're in a revolved triangle. Maybe here, gaze on up towards the left fingertips. Try to open up through the chest. Expand and open here. Both legs are staying straight or straightish. Take another deep full breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to windmill the arms around. Left hand is reaching to the front, bend through your left knee. You're going to swivel your back foot around to land at a 90-degree angle. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Gaze over your left fingertips towards the front. Arms are expanding away from the body. Keep the arms active here. Stay here for another deep, full breath in. Exhale out that breath. On your next inhale, flip your left palm and then send your left arm up overhead. Right hand rests down the back of the right leg wherever it feels comfortable. Keep the chest lifted here. Gaze on up towards the left fingers if that's feeling good. Reversed warrior. Take another deep full breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to spiral around into our extended side angle pose. Left forearm can rest on the left thigh as you reach the right arm forward towards the top of the mat. From here, you can turn the head around so you're gazing past your right armpit. Keep your chest lifted here. See if you can open up that chest a little bit more. Expand and open. I expand into my highest potential. One more deep full breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to bring our hands down to frame our front foot either onto blocks or onto the mat. Swivel your back foot around so you're on your right toes. From here, we're stepping our left foot back into downward facing dog. Take a deep full breath in here. Exhale it out. I expand into my highest potential. Repeating your affirmation if it resonates. I expand into my highest potential. We'll take one more deep full breath in here. Exhale out that breath and then raise the head. Look towards the hands. From here you can step or you can jump all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale to come up to your halfway lift. Expand the crown of the head forward, straight legs. Exhale to forward fold. Tuck the head down towards the knees. Softly bend the knees here. Inhale to roll your way on up to stand. Sweeping the hands on up, expanding your way on up towards the sky. Stretch, reach on up. Exhale, we're folding forward. Hands come down in front of the body all the way down to Uttanasana, forward fold, soft bend through the knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Hands might come to the shins, gaze forward. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the mat. We're going to keep our right foot at the top of the mat. Step the left foot back. Land down at the left heel at 45 degrees. Right knee stays bent. Inhale, let's sweep our arms all the way on up. Feel free to readjust your legs here. Expand open through the chest as you're reaching your arms on up. Fingers are active. Beautiful. Take another deep full breath in here. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, we're straightening out through our right leg. Expand, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward over the right leg. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Here, the hands might go onto blocks. They might be down, framing your front foot, or maybe even just resting on your front shin. From here, we're going to inhale through to a halfway lift. Expand the crown, the head forward. Exhale, maybe you can find a little bit more space here to fold a little bit further down towards the right knee. Try to keep the legs straight or straightish here. Let's stay for another deep full breath in. Exhale it out. From here, you're going to ground the left hand down onto the block or onto the mat. And then inhale, open up the right arm, expand and open through the chest. Maybe gaze on up towards the right fingers if that's feeling good. We're here for another deep full breath in. On your exhale breath, we're going to spiral the arms around, landing in warrior two. Readjust that back leg, land it down at 90 degrees. Your right knee bends, you're gazing out over the right fingers. Arms are expanding away from the body. Take another deep full breath in here. Exhale out that breath. On your next inhale, flip your front palm, reverse warrior. Send the right hand up and overhead. Left arm is reaching down the back of the left leg, just to wherever it feels good. Gaze on up if that's feeling good for your neck here. Open up through the chest, expand and open. Another deep full breath in here, and then on your exhale breath, we're spiraling the arms around to land in our extended side angle pose. Your legs are staying as they are. We're just moving through the upper body. Right arm can rest down on the right thigh. Left arm is reaching forward, overhead. Maybe you turn the head around. Open up through the chest here to gaze around past your left armpit. Stay here for one more deep breath in, and then on your exhale breath, we're going to land down in our runner's lunge. Hands can come down either onto the blocks or onto the mat, framing the front foot. Come onto your left toes, and then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep full breath in here. Exhale it out. I expand into my highest potential. One more deep full breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to land down on the knees and pull back into child's pose. Toes come to touch behind you. Forehead comes down. Expand the fingertips forward. Walk the fingertips forward towards the top of the mat, finding that active stretch through the arms. Pausing here for a few slow breaths. I expand into my highest potential. I expand into my highest potential. I expand into my highest potential. On your next breath in, we're going to raise the head and walk the hands towards the body to work our way on up into a seated position. From here, we're going to swing our legs around out in front of us. You may like to bring your blocks with you just so that they're nearby. Bring the legs out in front. We're meeting in Dandasana, staff pose. You might like to bring your hands down beside the body. Just raise your sit bones off the mat and then ground back down, maybe even moving the fleshy parts of the buttocks out of the way so you're grounding down on the sit bones. Legs are expanding out in front. Flex the feet here if that's feeling good. We're holding here for a deep full breath in. Exhale it out. On your inhale breath, we're going to bend the left knee and then send the left knee over to the left side. Your left foot is against your right thigh or wherever it feels good. Here, you've got the option to have a block underneath the left thigh, left knee for a bit of support. We're going to inhale, expand our right arm on up overhead. length through the spine, and then on your exhale breath, Janu Shasana, folding forward over the right leg. You can take hold of your ankle, your shin, maybe your foot or your big toe as you draw your head down towards the right knee. Keep flexing through your right foot here. Try to keep that right leg straight or straight-ish. Just drawing your head down towards the knee. Doesn't matter if it's nowhere near the knee. We're just going in that general direction. Now, you can stay here in this forward fold if this is feeling like enough. Otherwise, from here, we're going to work on expanding through the chest. We're going to inhale, cycle that left arm around, up, overhead, open up through the left side of the chest, revolving so that you're slightly gazing on up towards the left arm. Your left arm might be just reaching overhead towards the right foot. Maybe you can find a bit of space there to bring your left hand down. Maybe both hands hold on to the right foot. You just go to wherever it feels good. Option here to bring your left hand around behind the lower back. That might help you here to open up through the chest a little bit further, taking that half bind. Holding here for just another deep full breath in. Exhale it out. On our inhale breath, we'll all release our right foot, right leg, wherever we're holding on to, come all the way on up. Hands can release down by the sides of the body. From here, we're going to bring our left knee on up, plant the left foot down. Keep the left foot on the left side of the mat. Bring your left arm to the inside of your left leg. We're bringing our right arm around behind us as we move into an open twist. Take a deep full breath in here. Expand the crown of the head on up. On your exhale breath, maybe you can deepen that twist. Maybe you're gazing around over your right shoulder. You can stay like this, or maybe here you can have a go at playing with the bind. You can bring your left arm around the back of your left leg, and then maybe the right hand meets your left hand, focusing here on opening up through the chest. Still trying to gaze around over the right shoulder. If the bind isn't working for you, feel free to keep the arms as they are. One more deep full breath in here. On your exhale, we'll release out of the bind. If we've taken it, we'll all release back around through to the center. Extend your left leg out long. You can give the legs a bit of a shake there if you need to. And then we'll do that again on the other side. Flex both feet here. We're going to inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, send the right knee over to the right. Bring the right foot against the left thigh. You can use a block there underneath the right knee, left thigh, if that right knee or the right thigh, if that feels good. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep the left hand on up. Exhale, folding forward over the left leg. Maybe you just take hold of your shin, your ankle, maybe the foot, maybe the left big toe as you draw your head down towards your left knee. Again, you just go to wherever it feels good here for your body. Try to keep the left leg active here, flexing through the left foot the whole way, keeping the left leg straight or straightish. Expanding through the back of the left leg, expanding through the hamstrings. So you've got the invitation to stay here in that Janu Shasana with the forward fold, or maybe from here, we're going to inhale, we're going to spiral the right arm around and up overhead and lift open through the right side of the chest, expand and open. Maybe you gaze on up towards your right arm, and maybe your right arm just stays floating overhead. Maybe you can reach the left foot, or if it feels better, take that half bind, reach the right hand around towards the lower back, and maybe it reaches the top of the left thigh. You take whichever option feels good for you. Finding that side stretch. We're opening up through the chest, revolving so we're gazing on up. One more deep full breath in here. Exhale it out. We'll release our foot or the leg. We'll inhale, all come up to a seated position. Release the arms down by the sides. Bring your right knee on up. Your right foot will land down on the mat by the side of the left thigh. Bring your right arm to the inside of your right leg. Left hand reaches around behind you. And here we're taking a deep breath in, creating length through the spine. Expand the crown of the head up. Exhale, you can deepen the twist, gaze right around over the left shoulder. And again, maybe here you're staying here in this open twist, or maybe here you play with that bind. Bring your right arm around the back of the right leg. Left hand can maybe take hold of that right hand. Keep the chest open here. And again, if the bind isn't for you, you can keep the hands down or expanding out. Your choice here. Let's stay here for another deep full breath in. On the exhale, we'll release the bind. If we've taken it, we all release back around through to the front. And then from here, extend your right leg out long. We're going to work our way down onto our backs now for Shavasana. You're welcome to take any props, anything else that's going to make your Shavasana feel a little bit more comfortable here. If it feels good for you, you can use your core to roll your way on down, or otherwise feel free to work your way down any way that feels good for you. As you work your way down into Shavasana, you can stay lying on your back, or maybe if it feels better for you, you can take a side lying Shavasana, or you can take any other comfortable position that works for your body. We're just here for our final few moments of class. Closing down the eyes or softening the gaze and allowing the body to soften and relax here. Letting go of any tension that you might be holding on to, unclenching the fingers, letting the hands become soft. Unclenching the jaw, letting the mouth soften and relax. Letting the shoulders soften and melt down into the mat. Relaxing the hips and the legs. Coming back to our affirmation for today's class. Feel free to repeat this in your mind if it resonates. I expand into my highest potential. I expand into my highest potential. I expand into my highest potential. You may continue to repeat the affirmation throughout your Shavasana, or otherwise just focus on the breath. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Start to come back into your physical body, inviting a bit of gentle movement through the body, maybe wriggling the fingers, maybe wriggling the toes, maybe stretching out the arms, expanding, taking up space, stretching out the legs, taking a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, you can roll on over onto your favorite side if you're not already there, and take a moment to pause and rest. Savoring this transition between your practice and the rest of your day. Whenever you're ready, slowly working your way on up to any comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed or the gaze soft. Arriving in any comfortable seated position, bringing the hands together in front of the heart center into Anjali Mudra, thumbs resting against the heart center. From here, we'll bow down the head towards the hands, giving yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up on the mat today, for expanding, stretching, and growing. Thank you for being here today. Pranam. I hope you enjoyed today's mini yoga class for Sagittarius season. If you would like to join me for full-length classes, make sure you check out Flow of the Moon, my monthly yoga and Pilates membership, where we have live online classes throughout the week. And you may also want to check out the Moon Flow Retreat, where you get to join me in Bali in 2026 for a whole week of yoga, Pilates, and amazing spiritual experiences like a sacred waterfall cleansing, snorkeling with manta rays, and visiting natural hot springs. I hope that you can join me, whether it's in the membership, whether it's in person in Bali. I would love to continue to flow with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.